And this is the opponent again, bringing you Pit Fighter. Classic 1990 Atari games, arcade game that was absolutely everywhere throughout the 90s and even the early 2000s. Even after Street Fighter 2 came out a year after the game, this one did. So it says 1cc attempt, and I spent a lot of the previous month researching alternative means to clear stages that don't involve a lot of mashing. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get all of it consistent, so even though it says 1cc attempt, in practice it'll just be any percent. Because I also did not spend enough time practicing the traditional way to clear this game. Never played the SNES version of Pit Fighter? SNES Pit Fighter is one of the worst games on the SNES library that isn't a bootleg or a pirate game, and yet it even has some things that other versions don't, like a way to restore health. Because the arcade game's infamous to not allowing it at all, in the single-player game at least. So I'm playing on the player 2 side, because it allows for some more favorable positioning compared to player 1. I have to use Tai because he's the one I did the most practice with. So the main technique I found that, besides just doing this, just rolling forward and then doing the back elbow is... Hang on. Oh, I got power bombed. Just doing that is do Z walking like that and then lead them into your move that is hardest for them to challenge, and just repeat. Just pay attention to the way they walk. They zigzag like that when they're not in the same Z position you are. Sometimes the second hit needs to hit. Also, tap kick one time, hold down punch and kick, and then throw them into the crowd like this. Because throws do 2 damage sometimes. Because this is the only beat them up I know of that has fall damage. As I mentioned earlier, there's no health recovery. The only exception is if you're playing a multiplayer game. And if you're playing a multiplayer game, you get to the second to last stage before the championship match. The players are forced to fight one another for the right to challenge the Masked Warrior. And you're given full health to do it. They could have restored your health at any time, and they chose not to. Southside Gym is a little more complicated than the Executioner, but the sole reason is this stage introduces items. I'm going to do a loop I call audience participation. Oh. So I need to get him into the crowd and just bounce him off repeatedly. Like that. Just do this. It's not 100% reliable, but when it works, it works. And the main reason it's not is because of range. Just about everyone has better range than you do. Already dying, that's fine. Truth be told, I didn't have as much time to grind this as I would have liked. But if you do audience participation like this, they get shoved directly into the range of your best attack. But sometimes they're able to walk out of it before that point. So you need to find some other way to do that. Or you could just roll into them, do this. I don't know how to do the the OTG attack consistently. Jump. I find that Southside Jim is at his most dangerous when he has a knife because it increases his range. Oh yeah, that's kind of funny. I'll demonstrate that. I'm of the opinion that I always thought that these games have rank, and that winning the grudge match will increase rank. So I've been losing the grudge match on purpose, and it turns out that doesn't actually help at all. For throw range though, when you hold down punch and kick, it will automatically attempt to throw, but whether you throw or not is totally random. Okay, here's a safe tech for Angel. Hold down punch and jump to block. And she'll walk up to you every time. Come on now. And then you can just press the kick button to launch your 3-button special attack. Thing is, she'll go over and try to pick up throwing stars, but it doesn't occur to her to throw the throwing stars. She will always move in the melee range first. Well, that's not the audience participation I was talking of. Even with the knife. Oops. Point being that this game is just too random to be consistent if you don't do a lot of mashing, which I don't have any desire to do. But you can do 1 damage every single time if you time this correctly. And you have to do that twice. Once for doing the move and then once for winning. Now, here's the fun... This is why I do player 2 side. He's always going to collect that stick. No. I need to make sure he keeps the stick. Come on now. Somehow I knew this was going to happen. Okay, this will work. So I need to get him off here. Oh, okay, that won't work. Persuade him to collect the stick again. Okay, never mind. So the strategy I was trying to do there is that if he has this stick, he can go behind the chair, and he will try to jump over the chair. Instead of walking over the chair. Okay, let's see if I can set this up. Yeah, he'll jump on the chair like that every single time. And then you duck like this, hold down punch jump and down to duck. And the stick will not reach. Why is he not jumping over the chair? I think it's because I'm too far down. I'm messing all this up. That's what I meant when I said I didn't have the research. I just wanted to see if there was a way to clear this game that doesn't involve doing elbows, because that's the tech everybody knows. Yeah, they're attempting to do platforming. That guy's helping out. This is what I was trying to do. I thought it'd be really funny, but it's harder to set up reliably than I thought, because the positions of the chairs that spawn at the beginning of the stage is random too. I wanted the one in the middle to be further from the audience than the others, so I can set up a little fort. Okay, you can use the kick as a poke. You just have to walk up to them in range and hold down the punch and kick button until you manage to pick the guy up. Also, if you don't throw him in time, that happens. It's kind of funny. You loser. Score matters. Score doesn't have any importance at all. So here's what I figured out for Chainman Eddie. Do more Z walking. When he enters range, press all 3 buttons. And repeat. You can also do the audience participation loop if you space yourself correctly. Oh yeah, about that. The charge attack he does is, most of the damage comes from fall damage, not the actual point where he makes contact. You have to do this. The back elbow does do a lot of damage, but it's also random. See if I can demonstrate something. Oh, that's overhead. See how he, when he does a charge like that, when Tai is blocking, it doesn't hit. Oh, I died. Oh. No warning for any of his hits. Okay, well, we'll see if I can't show it off later. Like that. When he's just leaning back like this, it will not land at all. Also, you can't pick him up. It just does that weird, like, begging pose. I'll just fall back to my old strategy then. That's what I get for trying to show things off. Sometimes that does 2 damage, and sometimes it does 1. I don't know how damage is calculated exactly. Also, see the forklift driver lady? I think she's Lightning in the Danger Express. I don't have a good technique for heavy metal either, except to do more Z-walking. Yeah, he is picks up the barrel every single time, but I don't know how to make the I don't know how to consistently exploit it doing what I normally do. Because Buzz can just grapple him over and over, but Ty doesn't have a good option for grabbing. Maybe this will work. We just do this. Hold down, punch and jump, and then tap kick in the middle to do this. Here's a setup I just learned about. But again, the positioning of all these barrels is randomized. It's actually good that there's a barrel here, because sometimes they'll wake up to... Oh. Diagonal jumping. Sometimes, they'll wake up early, so you have to pay attention to the sprite. And that technique doesn't work. At which point you have... The only recourse I have is to walk down and try to start the loop again. He outranged me. I was trying to do jump kicks. But there's a long delay before a jump kick actually lands. Wait, why'd that count against me? Oh, right, I took a hit earlier, that's fine. Are you tough enough? Master the moves to master me. So, here's a fun loop. Oh, Angel behaves exactly the same as before. Note those cars in the background, though. They'll become important very shortly. Oh, where is she? I can't tell what height she's on. Yes. See if I can get her to... There we go. Throw her on top of the car. We'll just do this. As long as she doesn't get the idea to exit the car, this will work out. She has exited the car, or whatever. Oh, she's back on. Okay. That's why these cars are drawn like this in pixel art. Because you can interact with them. You can actually break these cars. I don't want to do that though, because I need them. Fantastic active frames on that backhand. Where am I? If I get disapproving glares from the audience, I'm penalized for it. Because in the absence of any hard time limit, if you don't do any damage within around 20 clock seconds, you lose life. That is the only mechanic this game has to prevent credits from running too long. Okay, so the technique I learned is go right here. And loop this. Mad Miles is actually the easiest once you learn that these cars serve a purpose. Very reliable strategy here. No matter what weapon he tries to use, he won't get it. He won't get it in his head to just move around the car. You can damage the car if you want to, but it doesn't benefit you in any way. But as far as this is supposed to be a guarding move, but it only actually guards against one thing, which is Chainman Eddie's Rhino charge thing. It doesn't actually block anything as far as I know. Just trying to... It's fine. Sure, make a fool of me. Show me what's what. Take that. That's why I set my estimate so high, by the way. Because I know these techniques are slower. Yeah, Pit Fighter 2 on the Genesis with 4 players. If only. I don't think even a prototype exists for it. I think I just never got the hang of, where am I supposed to cancel for the elbow? But Southside Jim here also behaves exactly the same as he did back in match 2. He's just lemon lime flavored now. Come up here. Oh yeah. Look at that graffiti on that pillar there, but don't look at it for too long. Instead, read the signage on the right side. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. I'm supposed to that pose when he goes on his knees looks so funny. Why am I being eaten alive here? And I'll just do this the long way. I'm on the wrong side. Where are you going? Oh. Can you imagine anything more frightening than Southside Jim on Power Pill? Not only is he taller than you now, he no longer has hit stun. Doesn't get knocked down by anything. Oh, he's surge flavored. See, I landed the hit, and he doesn't get knocked down. The power pill lasts around 20 clock seconds, by the way. So if you need to wait it out, that's how long you need to wait for. I was out of range. Fine, do it your way. What happened there? Almost 2 minutes. Embarrassing. I don't think they said it's a drug. But I am going to use it next stage. I have seen a 1cc that enters the championship match with only 1 health and he just never gets hit a single time. Oh, there's also... So, what you want to do here is try to convince the one chain mana to hit another one as often as possible. See the reverse charge there? Wow, 2 damage. Also, if you press punch and jump, you can hit both guys on either side of you. That's something most people never see, because this is the only stage you can do it on in a single-player game. Isn't it? There's 2 power pills on this stage, I need the other one. I was delayed, because I was in the middle of trying to pick something up. As far as the hitting on 2 guys on either side of you, I think Buzz has the best one. See, when he tried to charge into me, it didn't work, because I don't get pushed back. Because all the damage in that comes from fall damage and landing into the wall. I ran out right on time there. Hideous. Trying to get them to infight. How did I manage to do that twice in a row? Don't get surrounded. Because, hitting on either side is only reliable for Buzz, and even then, it's not active immediately. Extra long hit stun if you get knocked down by either one of these guys, by the way. Yeah, damaging each other. Watch out. Okay, that's 1 down, and then it just turns into a single... The same match... This is the same fight from match 5. Just time that right. I find it's easy to time it when he's moving up instead of moving down. I'm about to hit estimate. I think this is, that's kind of irritating. Seems only with the crates, if there's no enemy in throwing range, he'll just swing the box when I want to throw it. So I cannot lift the Masked Warrior either, so don't try. What happened there? Oh yeah, and I always wondered about something, so I had to do some experimentation. It is possible for an audience member to kill the Masked Warrior. You're still declared the new champion even though you didn't score the kill shot on him. Oh. That's instant death. He only does that at 3 health or lower, when you're 3 health or lower. I think it's kind of... Oh. Also took 3 damage. I just thought it was kind of cool. This is the closest thing this game has to a fatality, and this is 2 years before Mortal Kombat. Oh no. I could have escaped that if I was faster. There we go. I think there's one more power pill here. There it is. Just need to focus now. Long way. Did it again. What a waste of a power pill. The music stops in your spine breaks like the ending of a kickboxing movie. That's what this whole thing is kickboxing. I've been watching a whole bunch of bad kickboxing movies and surprisingly good ones that aren't good on purpose over the last 2 years. So kind of a fascination with games that try to imitate that. Oh, that was weird. Cancel this pickup attempt. Why am I trying to do anything fancy when he's just as susceptible to audience participation as everyone else? I can just do this and this will work just as well. Oh, it's just out of range there. Let's see if I can't do the thing actually. Get this to end in a comical way. See, this guy gonna come out and finish the fight for me. I tried. That would have been really funny because I know what happens. The suplex actually looked correct. If Warrior dies when the credit isn't active, the camera will just scroll into the background infinitely. I couldn't get it. I would have done something to salvage this. There are no sticks on this stage, no, anyway. Alright, thanks for watching that. So, I guess you can consider this the beginning of a block of stupid games. The next 3 games are just as dumb, but in different ways. 1.7 million is a typical score, actually. Also like the way the music will fade out to the correct point, no matter where it ends, before it actually ends. I always thought it was neat. Look at these names. Look at the names of the cast here. Southside James Thompson, Chainman Eddie Venancio, Mad Miles McGowan. Most of these people are just named after themselves, and I think that's really funny. These are all just people who work at Atari. Which is still true, but you know. So, while I still have this up, there's one tidbit I want to share before I move on to the next game. I also just really like this music. This is kickboxing movie music in the credits. So one commonly held point of knowledge in this game is Kato sucks because he will always try to take a bow at his enemy when he really shouldn't. But let me see. If you start on player 3 side, you'll see that's not actually the case. Because each player starts on different vertical positions, but if you don't skip the animation, he will not actually put himself in danger like he does if you would. See, he's ready for action at the same time the enemy is. Even the Genesis port gets this wrong, and it's considered the best one. I just thought that was neat. There's also 1cc of this game with Kato on player 3 side. There's also another 1cc of Kato on hardest difficulty, so it is possible. Anyway, I'll be back later after the next 2 games with Lord BBH. See, coming up next is Harder Times, which I think as of only a couple years ago has its sound emulated. I just remembered that. You're watching the Coin Op Classic on Retro Gaming Live TV. Stay tuned.